Hi students, and welcome to the second part of lesson 2. I'm just going to go through a few more examples with you now. They're not too different to the stuff we did earlier in the lesson. They're just a little bit wordier, a little bit more challenging. As with before, my expectation is you're writing these examples down as I go through them, pausing where you see fit. Anyway, so question 7. One week, Jordan brought a bag of his favourite fruit and nut mix at the local market. The next week, he saw the bag was on sale for 20% off the previously marked price. Jordan purchased 2 more bags at the reduced price. He spent $20.54 in total for the 3 bags. Calculate the original price of a bag of fruit and nut mix. So what I've done first, well, gee, maybe I should define my variables. So I'm saying let the letter F equal, let me turn on my highlight tool, let the letter F equal cost of a fruit and nut mix. So basically, Jordan has bought 1 at the normal price and then 2 more packets at 80% of the original price. Where did I get 80% from? Well, if it's 20% off, well, 20% off 100% is 80%. So he's paying 80% of the original value of the fruit and nut mix. So it's the first fruit and nut mix plus another 2 fruit and nut mixes at 80% off. So that's F plus another 2 at 80% off, cost him $20.54. So I've taken this bracket here and I've gone 0.8 multiplied by 2 using my calculator. I got 0.8 multiplied by 2 gives me 1.6F. So F plus 1.6F equals 20.54. Then I collected my variables. F plus 1.6F gives me 2.6F. Then, this is a pretty easy equation we've got now. 2.6F equals 20.54. Well, I just need to get the 2.6 to the other side. What's the opposite of multiplying by 2.6? Dividing by 2.6. So F is equal to 7.9. And I know I sound like a broken record, but I want to stress it again, or rather highlight it again. Oh, that didn't work properly, did it? Let's try that again. Or rather, highlight it again. Yeah, that looks better. Don't forget, worded question, you need a worded statement for your answer. So the original price of the mix was $7.90. Anyway, question 12. So Sabrina is a landscape gardener and has been commissioned to work on a rectangular piece of garden. The length of the garden is 6 metres longer than the width, and the perimeter of the garden is 64 metres. Find the parameters of the garden. Don't you love big words that you haven't heard before? What does parameters mean? Parameter is basically saying, what is the length of the garden? What is the width of the garden? So the first thing I did, I drew a diagram. It's a rectangular garden, so just draw a rectangle. Then I define my variables. So I've said, well, let's let X be the width of the garden. We don't know the width of the garden, so I've just labelled it like this. I do know the length of the garden is 6 metres longer than the width. So I'm saying, well, this is the width, X. The length is 6 metres longer than X. And the perimeter of the whole thing is 64. Where did I get 64 from? Remember, the question tells me that it's 64 metres. So, the perimeter of a rectangle. Now, this may or may not be how you were taught when you were younger. There's a few ways to do it, but easiest way to remember it is, well, perimeter is equal to length plus width plus length plus width. It's the sum of all sides. Then I substitute in my values. The perimeter of this rectangle is 64 metres. So I replaced letter P with 64. The length is x plus 6. So I replaced the letter L with x plus 6. The width is x. So I replaced the letter W with the letter x. Then I collected my like terms. X plus x plus x plus x gives me 4x. 6 plus 6 gives me 12. Then I solved the equation. I started by moving 12 over here. Opposite of positive 12, negative 12. 64 take 12 is 52. 52 equals 4x. How do I get this 4 over to the other side? Well, what's the opposite of multiplying by 4? That would be dividing by 4. 52 divided by 4, x equals 13. But I'm not done yet. I don't just want to know the width, okay? I need to know the length as well. Remember, the question asks me for the parameters of the garden. So I've determined the width of the garden is 13. To find the length, well, the length is just 6 metres longer than the width, isn't it? Length is x plus 6. So I take the length, the width of the garden, which is 13, add 6, 13 plus 6. Gee, do I need my calculator for that one? Look, hopefully not. 13 plus 6 gives me 19. And once again, it's a worded question, so let's have a worded statement like, therefore the garden is 13 metres wide and 19 metres long. So Students, that's the end of this round of, whoops, sorry guys, clicked the wrong button there. That's the end of this round of examples. Now you're to move on to the remaining questions in the OneNote. Good luck, and I'll see you for the next lesson.